Yo, what up guys, it's your boy Sontj here to review Samurai Jack Season 5 Episode 10, CI 62, the last episode of the Samurai Jack series franchise. And we're not going to do the, whole Metro Play My Intro type of thing. We're just going to go straight into talk about this entire episode. This is going to be full spoilers. And mind you, if you can't handle an opinion and you get very sensitive, then you shouldn't watch this video in the first place, because I'm going to give my own opinion, and most likely my opinion is not going to agree with everyone else's. So this is just, I'm going to try my best to give my opinion and give it in a way that you can understand where I'm coming from. Before that, let's just talk about the overall episode and give a summary of it. Pretty much the episode starts off with pretty much showing everyone that Jack ever helped. It just shows a lot of fan service to like everyone who's ever helped them, to the people that made the giant samurai robot, to the Scotsman showing up again, and just a lot of Easter eggs. The only Easter egg we didn't really get to see was the baby, the last episode before season 5, the baby that Jack helped out. We don't know what happened to her, but they can't cover everything, right? Especially what happened to the Guardian, because he's dead. But they all see on television what happened to Jack, and it starts off with the old opening to the original Samurai Jack TV show, and Jack and Aku pretty much saying that he captured Jack, and he's trying to figure out how to kill Jack, and he decides to let Ashi do it herself because she's being controlled. But before she can do so, pretty much the cavalry comes in to save Jack, and Jack this entire time is trying to tell Ashi to free herself, but she's like mentally controlled. And throughout this fighting going on, you can tell no one stands a chance against Aku, right? But right now Jack is trying to get his sword while Aku is being distracted, and we can tell from the hot people at those disco parties that are fighting Aku, they're getting wrecked by him. And there was one black chick with a fat ass, but she got her braids got caught. I don't know what happened, but she was killed. And we even had an Easter egg back to the 300 characters that helped out Jack as well. So it's a lot of Easter eggs. They couldn't get everybody, but it was cool seeing it. But eventually, Ashi, as the Aku clone, or what form she is right now, takes over Jack. But Jack eventually says he loves Ashi, and he pretty much rescues her because Ashi loves him back, and that helps her control her powers. And throughout this time, Aku finally gets angry enough, and he unleashes like an army of just needles attacking everyone. But the ghost form of the Scotsman stops it, and also it's a little funny back and forth between Jack and the Scotsman, because Jack is like, "Wait, you're dead?" But the Scotsman wants Jack to marry one of his daughters, but yet again, Jack is in love with Ashi. Once Ashi learns how to control her power, she's pretty much like a female version of Aku with the ability to time travel and everything, like pretty much hacks, and gives Jack back his sword, and they go back in time because she has the power. She has all of Aku's powers. And we get the scene where Jack is about to finish off Aku back in the first episode, but he's sent back in time. And sorry about that, my computer always fucking does that for some reason. Anyway. So Jack shows up with Ashi, and they both attack. Well, not both, but Jack himself attacks the weakened Aku and defeats him. It pretty much it ends with the show doesn't end, but I'm just saying it ends with Ashi saying that Aku has left her, and that Aku's never gonna hurt anyone again. And pretty much it's happy times. We see Jack's dad has recovered, because remember, Jack's dad was tortured, so I don't know how he's fully recovered, but he is. And they're about to get married actually, but then out of nowhere, because you could tell they was keeping that marriage scene going for a long time, but Ashi eventually falls over and just pretty much tells the obvious that since they killed Aku, that they never met each other, and pretty much the paradox is gone, and she dies or fades away from history. And the episode ends off with Jack walking away and hanging around with a tree, and he sees a ladybug, and it reminds him of Ashi, and that's how the episode ends. Now, this is how I feel about it, because I probably put it in the title, but I think the ending was very disappointing in my opinion, because there was many different options they could have took to make this a better ending. I know they really wanted to go for a somber, dark ending, kind of have like some repercussions from time travel, because Jack didn't really get any. We didn't even learn Jack's real name, that type of stuff. It was so many unanswered questions that I kind of wanted, but I guess, you can't know everything. But the whole Ashi thing, like, it's pretty fucking obvious if you go back in time and kill Aku, of course that Ashi's gonna disappear. Like, it was so asinine. I was like, wait, we all know this is gonna happen, but they dragged that out to give you like, oh snap, she's dead. Like, we didn't know. Like, bro, if you're gonna kill the thing that creates your wife or girlfriend in the past, of course she's gonna disappear. Like, they could have beat Aku right there, but they decided to go back in time. And I get it. The whole point of the story is for Jack to fulfill his destiny and go back in time. But I really wanted to see that Jack just accepts his role in the current timeline. But yet again, that's just personal preference. But it just felt really, the episode really felt forced. Like, they really wanted this dark, somber ending when they really could have solved all their problems in the current timeline. Because I understand they wanted to go back in time. That, like, literally, they even have openings saying Jack has to go back in time. But just for them to finally figure out, like, yeah, if you kill Aku, Ashi's going to disappear. That's fucking obvious. Like, that's how time travel works, unless you're going to try to create a paradox, like the rules of time traveling. But yeah, that was, I don't know, it just kind of really cheapens. Like, also the final battle between Jack and Aku was very just underwhelming. Like, I like, nothing's really gonna compete with the first episode of Jack versus Aku, or like the Jack's father versus Aku. But I wanted a spectacular final battle, and it's just pretty much Jack going back in time and whooping the ass of a weakened Aku. That's pretty much what it was. And I really wanted to see like a tag team battle between Jack and the new fully powered Ashi taking on the current full powered Aku. A full battle. Like, they even hyped it up, the battle of the universe, Jack versus Aku, when it was just Jack going back in time and just finishing up the job he did in episode 1. I'm trying to look at this from an objective standpoint, because I probably know I have like a personal bias because I was disappointed in the last few episodes, but I really enjoyed season 5. I really did. The only time I stopped disliking season 5 was episode 9 and this episode as a whole. It just felt like they really wanted to force the romantic story, then go force a dark ending where there was plenty of ways to avoid this, and it kind of felt like a lot of characters were kind of wasted or cheapened and didn't get a full closure, like the Scotsman and a bunch of stuff that just left unanswered, like Jack's real name, just the ending. Like, it just felt like all that work we did for all those episodes, 62 episodes of this new timeline where, pretty much Aku ruined things. Like, we could have continued this timeline where Jack and Ashi like was married, and they changed the world they was in. Like, I feel like Jack should just accept his role, but they went for this ending, and I'm wondering, do they have if they release these in Blu-rays, they're gonna have an alternate ending? Because I'll really appreciate if they had an alternate ending where he just accept his role and they lived out the timeline they was in. But it's just that whole, like, quote unquote twist that Ashi was gonna disappear. It was really frustrating because we all fucking knew, like, it's common sense, but it took them forever to realize that. But yet again, that is just my personal opinion about it. Let me know what you guys think, man, because this is my first time watching the episode. Maybe my opinion will change later on, because I did like, the pairing between Jack and Ashi, and I saw this come from a mile away. But just to see how it just felt like this episode was really rushed, or they just really wanted an ending that didn't need to happen. They could have just took on Aku right there and then, had an epic battle, but they just went back in time. Jack just whooped the ass of a weakened Aku, and that was it. Like, it felt really cheap to Aku. It felt really cheap to all the friends that Jack has met over time. They just got slaughtered, or I don't know. That's just how I'm feeling right now. Maybe I'll do an update on how I'm feeling about the episode. I know I'm going to get disliked just because of the title or just my opinion as a whole, but explain why this is a really great ending to me, and I might change my opinion, because I'm not one of those guys that, like, you must accept my opinion, it's law. Nah, I really want to figure out where I stand. Maybe we watch this episode again, but for me, this episode is a 6 or 7 out of 10. Very underwhelming, disappointing in my personal opinion. Maybe it's a deeper meaning in this, but from what I can see here is that Aku caused Jack the most pain, like, and destroyed his world, but also brought him his first real love. The funny thing is, Aku, like, you know, catfished him back in the day, then also brought into life what ends up being his future wife. And once Aku leaves, also his love leaves. So, you know, maybe it's like a double-edged sword type of ordeal. But yet again, that all could have been avoided if they just would have beat him in the fucking timeline they was at. Like, there was no need to go back in time. Like, I know the whole point of the show was him to go back, but I feel like they could just say, you know what, he just accepts his role and he's gonna live out his life where he was. But yet again, I am just sounding redundant now. Let me know what you guys think. I'm already expecting a lot of dislikes because people got triggered that I just didn't like the last episode because they focused way too much on the whole Jack and Ashi thing when they just did that in episode 8. But yet again, that's my personal opinion. I would give this entire season as a whole. It was really doing good for me. Like, the first 8 episodes were fantastic. I usually gave them 10 out of 10. It was awesome. But these last 2 episodes were disappointing to me. Just really disappointing to me. But I'll give this entire season a 7 or 8 out of 10. Like, it was way higher, but these 2 episodes really changed the grade for me. So let me know what you guys think, man. Samurai Jack is officially over, man. But my top strongest Samurai Jack character is going to be coming out really soon. So check that out. It's probably going to be coming out tomorrow. So yeah, Sontj out. Peace. Love you all.